GMGP. It is Thursday, October the 19th, 2023. And y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy, Ray G. You can find me on X at RayGQ. This is Breakfast and Bets. No Mitch, no J Rich, just your boy today. So let's get into it. I got this thing. So grab your phone, your tablet, your computer, because we're about to go shopping. We are going to look around the market, try to identify some discrepancies in these books, setting their lines independently of one another, and play some profitable bets. So if we can find some stuff for Thursday night, we take it. If we find it for Sunday, we take it. But ultimately, we're trusting the data. We're trusting the math. And if you want more of these type of picks, hit that QR code right there at the top of the screen, or there's a link in the description to join Mitch and I's DubClub product. Over 12 cappers providing picks day and night for all sports. But the lines are shifting as I talk. So the only thing that I ask before we get going is the thumbs up button, subscribe, like the content. But let's go shopping. Let's go see if we can find some profitable bets for the weekend or for tonight's game to take. Here we go. And for Thursday night football, looking across the board right now, Alvin Kamara, juice to the under quite a bit with this, where are we at? Player receptions at 4.5 for Kamara. This one's not bad right here. This isn't a bad play. We'll kind of star this one. We'll come back to it and see. I really want to touch on Chris Olave because I think this is one that's going to move and move relatively quickly. His 4.5 reception total tonight. You see the average odds, minus 134.3 across the books that we're taking a look at. DraftKings, juice to the over at 130. FanDuel, 146. Across the board, 137, 135, 137 pricing. We're getting it at 119 on Prize Picks. So we will lock in Chris Olave for a 5 or 6 pick flex over on Prize Picks at over or more 4.5 receptions for Chris Olave. And here's one that was literally bumped as I was recording this. However, if you are in the great state of Texas or a state that does not offer one of the DraftKings FanDuel books, you can jump on Fliff, and I don't mind this line. It's not the best one out there, but look, it's the best that we can take. So if you're going to take just a single play, if you just want to go a single slip, I am totally fine with Chris Olave over 4.5, and I'm actually going to sprinkle a little something on that right now. Let's go Christian Kirk at over 4.5. I'll throw 25 on this one. Make sure unit size, allocation, all that stuff. Make sure you do that. I'm doing a flip right off my phone. Got this little program where I can use this off my phone. Makes it a lot easier when you're trying to get this stuff in quickly. So let's put in this one. Christian Kirk over 4.5 receptions. I have no problem with this line at 140. I can't get it anywhere else. I can't get, at 4.5 at minus 140. Can't catch that anywhere else, and it is juiced to the over at minus 145 on DraftKings, so we'll lock that one in. Christian Kirk over 4.5 receptions. Shit, I don't care about flip coins. Nobody cares about that. Just get this off of the screen. No Olave, no under on Chris Olave. So let's move down the board, and there was a game that I wanted to touch on, receiving yards in this market. So let's look around in the receiving yards market. Kamara, 31.5. I think Mitch inside the DubClub actually caught this at 25.5 yards on FanDuel the other day. So massive value if you were able to get that if you were inside of the DubClub. Here we go. 43.5 for Evan Ingram, 42.5 across the books. I don't see a lot of value there, so not touching Evan Ingram in that matchup. MT, 53.5 across the board. I'll stay away from that play. Rashid Shaheed, same thing. Juice to the over on DraftKings at minus 130. It's okay, but not one of my favorite plays on that slate. So looking at the receiving yards, not seeing a lot here. Let's see if there's any news on Trevor Lawrence. They've been kind of slow playing this damn thing with T-Law potentially in or out. And now we're seeing some movement with Derek Carr, still at 239.5 on Prize Picks. DraftKings 238, FanDuel 235. Even money across the board. Probably leave that one alone. And since we're in the passing yards market right now, let's just scroll down to see if there's any additional value from other books. And I'm kind of, for me, the way that I'm doing this is I'm looking right down the line to see if I see any discrepancies really between these two numbers right here, because I am in Texas, so I really lean on the Prize Picks and the underdogs and the sleepers and the flips, and then we work our way down. So not seeing much here. Kenny Pickett, 219 on Prize Picks, but there's nothing else to compare it against, so leave that one alone. 270, 275. We're shopping, and I don't see much here. So Going to stay away from the passing yards right now, but let's go to the receiving yards market because there are some plays that I identified before we started to record the video that I kind of like. So right here, Evan Ingram, 43.5 on Prize Picks, 42.5 across the books. Not much value there, nothing there. MT looks pretty standard right there. Doop, 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 doop. So let's get to one where I know there was some value. And the Miami Dolphins, Philadelphia Eagles game, here you go. And it's not a ton. It's 1 yard, but check this out. Jalen Waddle, 59.5 on Prize Picks. Got this thing at 60.5 across all books. FanDuel at 62.5. DK juiced to the over at -135 pricing. You know what that means, right? You got to pay $135 to make $100. You got to pay $1.35 to make $1. So this is juice to the over, but we're catching it at 59.5 here on Prize Picks. So I did lock this in along with Chris Olave on Prize Picks. So I've got one more that I want to show you, and let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Chargers game. And for those two games, so 51.5 over-under total in Philly and Miami, and a 48-point total in the Chiefs and the Chargers game. Chiefs playing at home, should play well in this one versus the Chargers coming off of that Monday night loss to Dallas, and the Dolphins on the road to Philadelphia. So keep that in mind. And we go to this Chiefs game, and I want to highlight a young rookie who's getting a lot of buzz right now and is starting to develop that chemistry with Patrick Mahomes, and I'm talking about Rashee Rice. 34.5 on Prize Picks, 35.5 across all major books. And you see DraftKings, juice to the over, Fliff, pretty much even money across the board. But the other books, a little bit of juice to the over on this one. This is one where I feel really confident in a matchup versus a team who's trying to rebound. They can throw the ball, they can put up points. I like Rashee Rice, what he's doing in this offense. So I do have Rice more than 34.5, Jalen Waddle more than 59.5, and Chris Olave more than 4.5 receptions. Loaded, locked right now on Prize Picks. But let's see if we could find some other nice plays. Let's clear all this out and just kind of look at everything, the receiving yards for every player, every team. And you could do this really quickly. I've gotten pretty good at just being able to scroll down and just kind of identify where one book has the line set a little too high or maybe a little too low. And once we see that, we don't think about it. We don't try to analyze and talk ourselves in or out of a play. You just take it. You trust the data. You trust the math. You trust the millions upon millions upon millions of dollars in data points going in to these tools in order to provide this. There's Rashee Rice. That was an easy one. I was about to highlight that one again. Waddle, easy play. So nothing else from the receiving yards market. So let's move on over. Let's go rushing yards. See what we can find in the player rushing yards market. And again, use the QR code at the top of the screen if you want to get access to a bunch of cappers, consistent picks, all types of dope stuff. Here we go. Okay, Kamara. Here we go. Kamara, 50.5 on Prize Picks for his rushing yard total. Seeing 48.5 across all books, 48.5 everywhere. This is one where if you wanted to play one, I'm going to write Kamara's name down. AK, Alvin Kamara. We'll write this down. This is one that could potentially go into this slip right here. Or if you just want to take Olave and Alvin Kamara, maybe we can find another player from Jacksonville to throw in there tonight as well. But I like this, right? 48.5, 48.5, 48.5, even money across the board. So it's not really a strong lean one way or the other, but that 2-pick bump, that 2-yard bump right there, average odds at 48.6. I like this one for Kamara to go under that number. So I'm going to put it up here right now because I like it. Let's put it up. Alvin Kamara, 50.5. Let's go less. And we'll just see if we can find anything that's a little bit better than that. So here we go. Travis Etienne, 64.5. All right, everything else is 63. So nothing there for Etienne. And now we're into the Sunday slate. And let's just see if we can catch some value. Let's shop around a little bit. That's what you got to do. You got to shop around. You got to find. You got to look. Keontae Ingram, 38.5. Heavy juice to the under on this one at 38.5 for Keontae Ingram. So if you like a play, you're following the data right here, 38.5 for Keontae Ingram. DraftKings -140, Caesars and MGM -135, -120. So I'll let this one cook a little bit longer. We'll shop a little bit more, but Keontae Ingram, just pointing that one out, the discrepancies there. Let's keep rolling. And I don't see anything else for the player rushing yard market. So where do we want to go now? We want passing yards, we want receptions, we want rushing yards. Let's go attempts. Let's go passing attempts and see what we can find in the player passing attempt market. Let's see. Nothing there for player pass attempts, so we will not force it. Completions, I'm assuming that's going to be roughly the same. Yep, Derek Carr, the only thing up that they have for that market right now. It's still early in the week. Let's go rush attempts. Let's just take a look at the rush attempts for tonight. All right, here we go. Kamara, 14.5. Heavy juice to the under on DraftKings, minus 145, minus 163 to the under. Yeah, this is a nice play. This is a nice play. The rush attempt line for Alvin Kamara at 14.5. Not bad. I actually like this a little bit more than the rushing yard total for Kamara, and I will show you why in a second. But I like both of these. Average odds minus 136, so you're getting minus 119 on Prize Picks. Don't mind this one at all. I actually like this play. Let's put that on the board as well. Let's put Alvin Kamara. Where are we at? Rush attempts. So we'll decide which one we like more of that, or we'll just put those up and you can take whichever one you like. I mean, I'm putting them up here for free. All I'm asking is you hit that thumbs up button, like the content, subscribe to the channel, putting it out there for free for you. So is there anything else? ETN. What's going on with Travis? Let's go Travis Etienne. Let's go this game. Let's see if there's anything with ETN that we can play. 16.5. Not juiced enough yet for me to take that one. So we'll leave that alone. There's Carr. Completions, we know that's Carr. Yards. Taysom Hill. This is very intriguing. It's like you kind of want to take the less on this one, but there's no data point at all to even do that. So let's go Ridley. Let's try to find a Jaguar so we can at least get a couple in for Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, 52.5. Pretty even across the board. 43.5 for Ingram. Juice to the over here. That doesn't really count. Parlay sites. So nothing there for Ingram, MT. ETN's receiving yards. Yeah, they've got these set pretty decent. Right now, so there's not a lot there. Let's take a look. What other market do we want to look at? I'm pretty sure there's nothing up in the tackle and assisted tackle market, and we do. All right, here we go. Let's try to find some value here with some tackle plays. So, where do we want to go? Olukan, just an absolute monster, right? Just a beast, just leading tackler, just goes crazy every single week for Jacksonville. The data points are saying take the under on this one. I don't know about that. I don't know, but the data looks very good. Minus 140, minus 135 on DraftKings. To minus 140 on MGM. So Olukan, if you're feeling frisky right there, you could take an under on those 10.5 tackles. And let's just see. Gosh damn it. Look at that. While we did it, there it goes. Kamara's yards dropped down on us while we were doing this. It was too good to be true. Yeah, there it is. So easily we take that off, and now you're at Kamara rush attempts. And correlation there. If we're going under the rush attempts and we were also looking at a less for the yards, that's how that stuff changes around pretty quickly on us. So let's see. Rayshawn Jenkins, under 6. Let's go to I want to look at that. Olukan play and just see what he's done. Oh, they don't even have it up. I actually got to go to the damn thing, so we're not going to do all that. We'll just trust the data on that one. And I think I'm going to stay away from the tackle and assisted tackle market right now. I'm going to let some stuff shift out throughout the day. We went receiving yards, interceptions, touchdowns, rush attempts, sack, pass attempts. There's not a lot else out there right now. So we will not force this, and I'm sure they don't have any of the combo stuff up yet. Let's just go touchdowns and see what we have here. Touchdowns, let's try to find some that are heavily juiced. Let's go total touchdowns. Player receiving touchdowns, passing touchdowns. What do they have Carr at? Let's look at his passing touchdowns. Derek Carr tonight. Nothing on Prize Picks. Nothing on Underdog. But heavy juice across the books to the under. Minus 140, 155 at 1.5 for Derek Carr. Josh Allen, New England versus Buffalo. Look at this. 1.5 for Josh Allen. Just an early look at that one. So no passing touchdowns that we can play tonight. So, honestly, I want to get this posted. I don't want to just play around and we miss out on some value. We already lost out on that Kamara rushing yard play that was bumped down on Prize Picks. And this is why we do this. That's a living, breathing example of why we do this, because you can catch that value, take advantage of it. And even right now, here's one, Tank Bigsby, 11.5, and we're starting to see some money pour into the under on Bigsby. Derek Carr, 5 rushing yards. Half a rushing yard. Minus 125, minus 151, 120, 151. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We got a lot of Saints in our lineup, though. We got a lot of Saints in our lineup. Over half a yard for Derek Carr. Average odds minus 128. Juice to the over based on the books. Yeah, I don't mind this Carr play. I don't mind Derek Carr. I don't mind Derek Carr's rushing yards. Taking the more on that one. So there you go. There's 5 right there. If you wanted to lock in those 5 based on the math, based on the data, you could roll this 5 right here for free. And if you don't want it, take what you like, leave what you don't, right? We always say that on this channel, take what you like, leave what you don't. This is not a you have to do these things. I'm just walking you through the process. We're doing some shopping, trying to find some value. And you saw it happen in real time where you catch it, something a little too good. They set their lines independently of one another, and the joint moves on you. So you got to kind of lock it in pretty quickly. So I don't want to play around. I want to get these out to you all. ETN, what is this? Receiving yards, 19.5. Minus 125, 125. Not enough juice yet, but keep your eye on that one. Keep your eye on the ETN over 19.5 receiving yards today. If you just wanted to purely run a Jacksonville Saints slip tonight, keep your eye peeled on that one. See where the money flows in on that one as we continue to go. And one more time, let me go to receptions to see Christian Kirk, 5, 4.5. Remember, we took that Kirk play over here on Fliff. We took Christian Kirk over 4.5 on Fliff. So you can still catch that at minus 140, and it is money starting to pour in to the over on this one. So I don't mind that either. And hell, Chris Olave, 4.5. Yep, we got that one locked in. Evan Ingram, under 5. Not enough for me right now to do it. Travis Etienne, 3, 3.5, heavy juice to the under. So there it is. There it is. That's what we got. That's what we've been able to identify early. We will do this again. Hell, I kind of want to do this every day to just kind of take a look at where the market is. We'll see how this goes. I didn't mind doing this, and streams are fun, but it's kind of cool to do it behind the scenes like this as well. So we've got Chris Olave, more than 4.5 receptions. Jalen Waddle, more than 59.5 receiving yards. Rashee Rice, more than 34.5 receiving yards. Alvin Kamara, less than 14.5 rush attempts. And Derek Carr, if you want to run it, more than a half a rushing yard. I am going to put this slip in. Let's just throw a little something on this. It's early. Put that in. Locked it in. If anybody out there tails this exact card, if you tail this one and it hits, I'll split the money with one of you subscribers. One of you people who could prove that you tailed this exact slip. I'll split the money 50-50 with one of you out there if you tail the slip. So hit the subscribe button, like the content. Hell, I may do this tomorrow. Just post another video, go shop and see what we can find. Let's get this up on the channel. That way you can cash this before they move some more lines. So again, scan the QR code at the top for our DubClub product. More picks over there. And we'll see you either on Sunday or hell, I might be back tomorrow taking a look at some college lines. So appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm out. Peace.